So you're going to take your peanut, your two tennis balls that are stuck together, and you're going to place them on the start of your lower and upper back. Lie down over them and go for 10 reps of both arms overhead, and then you'll do 10 reps of individual arms overhead. You only take your arms as far overhead as you feel comfortable going, and then you move the balls about an inch further up your back and perform the same action again. Then you're going to get to a point where the balls are going to be right up close to your neck at the top of your upper back. You can add a head roll left and right for 10, and then the same arm rolls. I've lifted my hips here just to apply a little bit of extra pressure on top of the balls. Your spine should sit between them. If you don't have a peanut, all you're going to do is you're going to take a tennis ball and do the action. Now we're doing lying shoulder rotations. As you can see, I've crossed my leg, rolled it over to the right, and I'm working on my left arm. When I get down with my hand to shoulder height, I flip my hand over so that the palm faces the floor, go down a little bit, and then bend my elbow and bring my hand into my lower back. Now we're going to lie with my right arm stretched across my body so it stretches my deltoid, back of my shoulder. And you can lie there for 20 seconds if you want, and then add the head movements in. Some up and down, some side bends, some rotations, and then same thing, taking your arm out to the side so it stretches down your bicep, long head of your bicep tendon, and then you add the flexion extension with your head and all the other motions with your head. This stimulates your balance center and will increase flexibility in the tendons and muscles. Then you're going to go into a side lying internal rotation stretch for your shoulder. Don't overdo this one, and I like every sort of 5 to 10 seconds just offloading it and then going back in. You can do 3 to 5 of those. Obviously I'm only doing one side of each thing as we do this, and then I'm going to lie my arms out in front of me and do an external rotation stretch. Same thing again, offload it, lean into it. I'm leaning into it with my right hand here to give a little bit of a stretch, and again, don't overstretch anything here. Then we're going to go cat-cow. So here, when I flex all the way up, I look down into my lower eyelids. Then when I extend in my upper back, squeeze the muscles, I'm going to look into my upper eyelids. So here I look up into my upper eyelids, and then I round my back and I look into my lower eyelids to stretch out my upper back. After that one, you're going to reach all the way through and rotate all the way open so we get some spinal rotational mobility in here. Okay, you can also go all the way down into that position and hold, and then do the head drivers, adding that balance drill and a little bit more mobility for your upper back. So it's just going to start freeing more muscles up. 10 reps of each of those with the head movements is enough. Then we're going to go into a nice elongated stretch for your shoulders. Don't overstretch anything. When you lean over to the left, it's going to stretch a bit more down the right hand side. I've now rotated my right hand out and lifted my thumb towards the ceiling. You'll see it here when I rotate the left arm out. That's going to give you a little bit of extra lat in the stretch. Then going to cross my legs. Just use the weight of my arms over the top of my head. I'm not pulling down aggressively, and then I'm making an infinity sign. You want to go for 10 of those. Video cut short there. I've now gone into a lat stretch, so I'm leaning back here, holding onto the pole with my right hand with my thumb facing the ceiling, and now I've turned it so that my thumb is facing the floor, my right hand that I'm holding on, and I'm rotating my right hip away from my right shoulder to increase the stretch on my lat. Okay, 10 reps of each of those, and now I'm going to stretch out my pec, and I'm going to do that with my elbow at shoulder height, and I'm going to step forward with the inside leg on the same arm that we're stretching to increase the stretch on my pec. And then I'm going to try and stretch again the front of my deltoid and my bicep. As I rotate my right shoulder round to the front, as my hand gets held back, it increases the stretch.